Today I'm gonna ride one of the most insane urban electric races ever. Don't believe me? Watch out, watch out! Let's go, roll the intro. Please like and subscribe and click on that bell icon to be notified of new episodes. So here's the deal. My friend Mick, aka EVX, is running an alley cat race here in New York City. And this is probably what makes it a little bit, if not a whole lot of insanity. It is unregulated, unsanctioned, and worst of all, we will be riding an electric unicycle, which, in case if you're not aware, does 50 miles an hour.
That and 70 miles per hour e-bikes.
You are probably going to see a whole lot of rules broken as part of this race, but rest assured, no kittens were hurt in the making of this video. If you've never heard of an alley cat race before, here's how it works.
There are no set course, but instead everyone is given a list of locations, 6 for this race with 1 being the finishing line. You can hit them in any order you like, and once you do, you get the heck over to the finishing spot before anyone else does, and you are the winner with $2,000 up for grabs.
Kiss it. Kiss the money. Speed and knowing the right route to take are both critical in winning this race, and we have some of the fastest electric unicycle riders to compete in this race for both cash and bragging rights.
We have Chris, aka Turbo, the winner of last year's Broadway Bump, the biggest street skate competition in the world. For this race, he's once again competing on the 50 miles per hour veteran Sherman. Then we have Tarzan, winner of the 2019 Broadway Bump, the Russian speed assassin who will also be competing on his veteran Sherman. Seeing a pattern perhaps? And we have Live, the fearless rider who invented the speed tug, and he'll be competing on, what is this? A 40 miles per hour 16-inch Nikola. Lower top speed but better acceleration. Finally, we have Jose, aka Unigod. He may not be the fastest guy on the block, but as the man with one of the world's highest mileage count, he knows the street of downtown New York City better than anyone, so it's strategy versus speed. Now that you have the whole lineup, it's finally time to race. 3, 2, 1.
Pulling up, shut it down when I'm pulling up. Come around when I'm pulling up. In my town and I'm pulling up. Ready for anything, anyone. Know that
And if you're wondering if we're going to be polite and law-abiding citizens, there's your answer.
We also have Law, the fastest West Coast rider, in for a visit, but unfortunately he's handicapped because he's riding a borrowed Gotway MSP with a top speed of 34 miles per hour, so yeah, it's going to be a tough one for him. I'm riding my Gotway Monster V3 with a top speed of around 40 miles per hour, so it's going to be the back of the pack for me. I figure I'll just pick someone to follow and then latch onto Mick, and we head west towards the Whitney Museum, our first stop, and with my lower top speed, I'm struggling right out of the gate to keep up with the leader of the pack.
in the bands, I be pulling up. Tell your friends.
Jose, who is certainly breaking from his slow and steady reputation, only a block out and I already lost sight of him.
And a huge shout out to both E-Wheel and Yuko for sponsoring this race. And if you're looking for an electric unicycle, check out the sponsor link in the comment section below.
Thankfully, that was my camera and it wasn't attached to my head. I'm going to just assume that the mirror on the taxi cab was fine. Let's keep riding so he doesn't catch up.
Winning, I feel undefeated. I come to your city and everyone pulling up, shut it down when I'm pulling up.
See, sometimes when I see a car on open road that don't go fast, it actually makes me even more nervous. No? Well, don't mind if I take the lead.
And here is the absolute key towards doing well in an alley cat race. You've got to know where the hell you're going. We took the outside route coming around west of our destination.
Jose smartly took the inside route and chose instead to ride over the cobblestone streets of the meatpacking district, but surprisingly we caught up to him, and here is where having the loan difficult and really sucks.
Sean, HS.
Tell your friends, cause I'm pulling up, shut it
And
down.
I hit right into a truck. No more like, well, get out of my way, truck. The next few stops all set closer to the center of downtown New York, but the tricky part is that south of 14th Street, the easy-to-navigate grid of Manhattan breaks down, and instead you get the confusing random spaghetti on the floor pattern that the historic streets seem to follow without any logic, and we gotta make it past the tiny cobblestone-filled residential area of Chelsea, and here is where Law almost got killed. We're coming up to Hudson Street, one of the major West Side arteries for traffic flowing northward.
Watch out, watch out!
Despite the fact that it's only 2-lane, it looked like a local road.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
So I knew there bound to be some fast-moving cross traffic to deal with. More one-way street. Okay, heading up on the sidewalk. Not good. This is really slowing us down. Oh boy.
Anyone know that I get it done? In the bands, I be pulling up. Tell your friends, cause I'm pulling up. Pulling up. Shut it down when I'm pulling up. Come around when I'm pulling up. In my town and I'm pulling up. Ready for anything, anyone. Know that
This was not the most optimal route since we have now gone too far south and now have to double back to catch the crosstown street in order to get to our next destination, the main gate on the Washington Square Park.
But at least being able to jump on 6th Avenue raised our speed a bit, and again I cut over way too soon and now I'm forced to once again slow down to go against traffic.
What? Okay.
I came in number 8. This is not good. I lost way too much time. Now Washington Square Park is the dead center of downtown Manhattan, and the next stop are all well-known EUC spots. HQ's Polo Ground and full of hockey, so I need to make maximum time on all of them in the hope of making up for some lost time. Time is ticking, time is ticking. Oh, let's go, come on. Boy, these lights really aren't working for us, but we still managed to catch up to the group. Now I just have to make it down to Kung Fu Tea, aka HQ for my tag.
Sean, Hsiang.
Man, I'm running about a solid minute behind the lead right now.
And of course, this whole time we have no idea where Tarzan, our live, is, since they took a completely different route from the rest of us. Tarzan figured that since the strength of his reel is all out of speed, he may as well take advantage of it.
He gambled on a longer but more open route. Will it pay off for him? Meanwhile, I'm shooting down Bowery on a route I knew well, which helps since I know where all the pinch points where traffic slows down and where it opens up and traffic speed up, where I'll hopefully make up for some lost time. Then it's a right on Prince towards Philippaki, what used to be an Eastgate shop and one of our stoppages.
Sean!
Next, it's heading southeast to grab the Polo Ground checkpoint where Mick and Chris usually play their Sunday afternoon game of electric unicycle polo, and we're back on Bowery. And when I saw Julian, that is when I knew that I may still have a chance at the race, since him and his souped up 70 miles per hour capable Onyx is one of the fastest combo on the road.
Pulling up, shut it down.
We turn east on Delancey and then south on Christie and heads toward Chinatown where the Polo Ground is.
Ready for anything, anyone. Know that I get it done. In the bands, I be pulling up. Tell your friends, cause I'm pulling up. Pull up, I get what I want. I need a million ones. I need a couple of states to put all the haters back into their place. Now bringing the bass. Hey, ready for the big league. Never gonna miss me when I'm on the team.
And past this point, we have one of our longest and trickiest stretch to our second to last stop. And even though I'm just about running in the last place, all hope aren't lost for me just yet.
I stay to the east following Ella, even though it's a bit further out. I knew that there's going to be less traffic than taking a more central route.
It all comes down to how quickly you can make it downtown past the jumble of traffic jam and one-way street. And since we're all split up at this point, it all comes down to whether or not you can find the smartest, quickest route.
With Park Road blocked, since it cuts through the police headquarters, I can either head west and try to merge onto Broadway for a direct shot downtown, or I could stay on the outside route and take Pearl Street and take advantage of the lighter traffic, but deal with the additional hook at the end that will soak up some additional time. And I hit left and stay on the outside. But here's where my top speed is really holding me back. I'm trying to stay as close to 38 miles per hour as I can without riding too hard on my beeps in the fear of my monster cutting out. That and alternating between slowing down for traffic and speeding up to take any openings, there is indeed not one single guaranteed way of riding this race.
You either had to choose high speed and pray for open roads and light traffic, or you go with a more maneuverable and torquier wheel and hope that you'll make better time via taking a shorter route and taking advantage of any openings you can find through better acceleration and agility.
And the other factor is endurance. Man, it's only been 15 minutes since the start of the race, but as hard as I'm riding, I'm freaking completely worn out by this point and my legs are burning. I've never ridden this hard for this long, but man, it's just been a blast. It's taking me more time to slow down and speed back up, and that slower reaction time also means that I now have to mentally create a bigger buffer, both in terms of distance and time to react to unexpected traffic conditions. Oh, saying I'm slowing down, no good. Coming around the bend, the battery park and the oyster house finally within sight, and here's where all the competitors converge and we finally get to see how close everyone is. And coming down Broadway is Turbo. I was actually a bit amazed to have caught up to him. And there goes Jose and Mickey coming back around, and amazingly after that whole downtown route, it looks like I kept that 30-second leg. We swing into the park and check ourselves in at the second to last stop, and from here on is just one straight shot up Trinity Place to the finishing line. Yeah, this is not looking good for me. I'm pretty sure Jose and Mick already made it to the finishing line by this point, but it's now down to pride and not wanting to look too damn slow. Also completely dead by this point and trying hard to keep pushing the wheel, but thankfully the traffic wasn't too bad and we had an opening shot all the way up to the Oculus where the finishing line is. And there it is. Altogether I finished the race in 20 minutes and 39 seconds and with a much closer call than I had imagined. The gap between the first and last rider was less than 30 seconds.
You got it? You got here first?
MSP is not bad.
Oh yeah. I took the wrong route also. I got lost through Chinatown.
But I did the wrong shit because I missed Prince. I didn't go to Prince. I went to Kung Fu Tea and straight down instead of going to Kung Fu Tea, Prince, and then down here.
And of course, there's always controversy when it comes to a close race like this. But while the final ranking is getting hashed out, it's time to head over to the bar to celebrate an awesome race. Oh, I remember that clip. This is some uni influencer love. Look at it, right?
Incestuous, don't you think? Alright, so first of all, I want to thank all of you guys for participating. All of you guys being safe and, making it here. There's nobody who's been safe. Well, you're all
This is
here.
New
so
York
you made it
City.
safe
What are you
and sound.
talking about? We don't know what that word means.
Thanks a lot for coming out for the very first Alley Cat. This is a race format that was very important to me when I used to do messenger racing. I want to thank our sponsors, Yuko. I want to thank E-Wheels, Lazy Rolling, Shredlight. Fifth place, we have my man right here.
Live!
Come on, live. Fourth place, we got the Broadway bomb winner right here, Turbo. Third place, we got Alex. Combo master right here. Second place, we got a tie between Jose and Julius. Bike and Uni. Appreciate you, delivery.
First place!
Grand prize winner.
Drum rolls, please!
We got Tarzan.
Whoa!
A million times.
This race was a blast to ride, and I find it an interesting contrast with the track race that I've seen out west. So what do you think? Are we a bunch of law-breaking hooligan out to ruin the good name of PEVs, or are you hyped to join us when we run the next Alley Cat? And you know what? Aha! I somehow managed to trick you into wasting another 15 minutes of your life, but I hope you enjoyed it! Shout out to my supporter on Patreon. Please check out the link in the video description below if you enjoy and like to support my work.
Bet your bottom dollar you a bet it's under pressure.
And as always, as much as we all love electric unicycle, the only way for us to get better wheels is to grow as a community. So tell your friend and teach them how to ride and get them hooked. Until the next video, thank you.
everything.